It's Storytime Tea, that's me, and today I'm here to tell you a story about how I realized I was part of the poor. Yes, it's another story that's not about a relationship. It's just Tisha's experiences. Okay, so lock with me, okay? I'm gonna set the scene. It was my college days, okay? And I feel like a lot of things you don't really understand until you go out into the world on your own. So this is like one of my going out into the world on my own things. I didn't know I was going to learn this on this day, but that's what I learned. So while I was in college, when I was taking like baking and pastry classes, so I had already got my degree for culinary, and then I moved on to baking and pastry because I was just like, why not? And so I was in my baking and pastry classes, and then there was like a couple people that I was cool with. I actually became like friends with like 3 people, and I would like hang out with them outside of school and everything like that, and they were cool. Like, I fuck with them. And so I was just like, all right, I'm gonna hang out with this one girl. And so we would like be cool during school hours and everything like that, but I had never hung out with her outside of school. And so we had our first like little hangout. We had went to these food trucks and ate and stuff with like 2 of my other classmates or something like that. And she was cool. I was like, yo, I vibe with her. And I think like we would like text sporadically or whatever, and like she was just like, oh yeah, you know what? One of these days after we get out of school, we should hang out. Or you know what? Like, maybe on one of the days where you free, since you the one with the busiest schedule, I meet you, we do something, we go back to my house, chill. I said, that sounds like a bet. And so like one day I think she like randomly just picked me up, or we like met at the mall or something. I think we met at the mall. I think we met at Arundel Mills or something like that. And we was out there, I think either we went to the movies or we went and got something to eat. And we were just walking around the mall, something like that. And then she was just like, all right, well, let's go back to my house. And I was supposed to be spending the night at her house, okay? And so she was like, all right, we're going to go to my house, but we also going to go to my mother's house. She was like, we're going to stay at my mother's house, but we're going to go to my dad's house too, because something like that. And so like me and this girl were spending the whole day together, okay? And so we go to like her dad's house first, I think. So we go to her dad's house. And it's like I think she drives like a regular little car. Like a regular little car or whatever. And so we get to her dad's house, and like he has like this big truck, like a big pickup truck, and then he has like a regular like more like a sporty car or something like that, I think. I'm trying to remember. My memory don't be remembering all the time. So, boom, something like that. And so he has 2 little cars, and then the wife had her car or whatever, because her parents had split up, and then they both like remarried or something like that. And so we pull into her designated spot, and we get out. Her dad is there, and I think the little wife is there. But I think she got like a little brother or something like that, and like that's where he lived, whatever. But she lived with the mother, something like that. Okay, so we get to the house. The dad's just like, oh hey. I'm like, whoa, dummy. I'm like, look at this shorty. And so we just chopping it up. We outside, we're cooling, and we talking and everything like that. He's just like, oh yeah, come inside or whatever. She like, look, yo, it's dirty, but like, you know, this is just how it be for real. I'm just like, all right, cool. I'm like, you ain't need to say all that. I don't care. Like, this ain't my house. And so I'll go in or whatever. And like, she's like looking for something like at her dad's house. Like, we went there because she needed something for work or something like that. Like, she's like, oh, I need these tights or something like that. And so we're at her dad's house, and the dad's talking to us. Like, we go through like, his house was like a regular house rule. He just had a lot of stuff in it. Like, he just had like random like expensive things in there or something. And so like, I'm just like, wow, like a signed baseball mat or whatever. Like, dang, he got like the football from the whatever final or whatever. Like, you know, just random like memorabilia type stuff, like stuff that you pay for. And it was just like, he was just cool. He just had a lot of things. He had a lot of pictures with a bunch of people up on the walls and everything like that. Like, he be going places and everything. I'm like, oh, your father cool for real. He be around. She's like, yeah, he get around the block. And I'm just like, I don't think you should have. don't think you should have said it like that. But like, okay. And so like, it's just cool. Like her father, like he seemed like a regular guy. Like, you know, he got a regular house. Like his car's cool for real. And he got like stuff in the house. But like, this is like what I'm expecting a house to be like. Like, she never said like, oh, I come for money or nothing like that. She never said nothing like that. She just said like, my family is not broke. That's all she said for real. And so like his house was really like big, but it was a big regular house, if y'all know what I'm saying. Like it's just a house that's big, but like it's nothing like extravagant about it for real. And so like it was nice. I'm like, all right, cool. And then like after we've been in there for a while, like he's like, oh, I'm gonna show you this, I'm gonna show you that. And so we like going around the house and everything. It's nice. It's a nice house, okay? Like, yes. And so I'm like, oh, that's where you grew up, da da da. She's like, oh yeah, I was with both my parents, and then you know how divorce is, they separated, everything like that. She's like, both of my parents, like they got like good jobs and da da da. He remarried this little younger shorty, and they love each other, everything great. I don't really be here like that. Like I live here, but I don't live here. Like both of these homes is my home, but I mostly stay with my mother, da da da. And she's like, I love my dad, mwah, mwah, mwah. And like, let's get the fuck out of here. I'm like, all right, cool, bet. So we get in the car, we driving over. She's just like, yeah, I would much rather you be at my mother's house than be at my dad's house. Like my dad's house, you know, like she tried, not like she tried to say like he broke for real, but she just like his house real, you know, like it's not up to like what I'm really trying to do for real. It's like I'm more comfortable at my mother's house. I'm not getting what's about to happen when I get to the mother house. I'm not getting that for real. And so we get to the mother house. When I told y'all we had to really drive to get in there, like we had to like go down like separate from the whole world community. Like I ain't even think like Maryland even had nothing like this in there. Like we had to go down this side little street, and then it's like a bunch of woods or whatever, and like trees, big trees, like, you know, Twilight type shit, like like the trees was treeing, and it was like separate from the world, like the rest of the outside world would never know that this house existed type beat. And I'm just like, all right, am I going to be murdered, or like is it over for me? But I'm just like, I trust her, like my organs are safe, and we driving, I'm like, bro, when are we gonna get to the house? And like it wasn't like I was impatient, but I was low-key a little scared, because like I'm just like, I know her low-key, but do I know her high-key? So I'm just like I'm like, I don't know. And so once we finally pull up to her mother, like, little house, or not little, but like we pull up to her mother house, I'm just like, she got lame. I'm like, so y'all don't got neighbors for real? She's like, nah, you gotta drive a little bit to get to the neighbors for real. I'm just like, all right, bet. And like, it's like where we needed to pull in to park, it was like, it's like they got a whole like football field type space. Like they got all of it. Like if they wanted to have a party and every single person was driving a separate car, they could have like 20 or so guests. like they had space. Like you had the space. If you needed it, you had the space for real. And so we go to like the like porch or whatever. She's like, yeah, my mom is so happy. I know she's gonna tell you about this deck. Bruh, the deck, like she just had a deck built for the house. The deck was like, I know she spent bands on that deck. Like the deck was so well built, and it was just so like the coloring of it, like and the sturdiness of, like it just looked so clean and pristine. Like everything was like in line. Each nail was exactly this amount of space in between the other nail. Like it was leveled properly. Like she really got that guy to do this. She really got that guy to do this. Like whoever is at the top of the field for building decks, that's who she got to come and put this deck together. And I was like, wow, this is nice. This is a nice deck. Like, I don't know why I'm so impressed with this deck, but this deck is, you know? And so like, then I'm looking at the door, like the door frame was like super, like the door was huge. Like it was wide, like I can fit like a king mattress, like not turning it sideways through the door wide. Like that's how wide it was. And then it was tall. Like it was, I'm like, who do you want to fit through this door? Giants? So like it was like the amount of space, like, and then it was just like this part of the house like all like windows or something like that. So it was just very extra, okay? And so she was like, welcome to my house. And I'm just like, hello. Thank you for having me. Appreciate you. Like, she's like, yeah, so come in, make yourself at home. I'm just like, okay. So I come in with my little bag. And then she's just like, well, this is living room number 1. And I'm just like, and so it was like a little pre-living room. That's what this daughter was calling, like the pre-living room or whatever. And so we walked through. It's like fully furnished and everything. It's like more like a summery vibe type of thing. Like the things that you would have like maybe like on your porch or whatever. Cause like she had the deck fully furnished as well. I should have said that. It was fully furnished. It had the little umbrellas, you know, so they could block you from the sun. It had like a little fireplace type thing, like all of that out there on the deck. Like the deck was a whole deck. And so when I went inside, I'm like, oh, okay, I see the theme. I see what you're going for, everything like that. And so everything's all set up. Then separate, then you go through and you get to living room number 2. So she's like, and this is the second living room. Like, this is the living room I spend most of my time in. Like, this living room, like, speaks to me. This is the living room that I designed and da-da-da. And I'm just like, oh, okay. So then she takes me further back. Like, we walk down like a little hallway or whatever. And she's like, this is the dining room. It leads to the kitchen. We go over. That's basically like a little hallway. It got, like, all the pictures and everything like that. And then there's, like, this kitchen, y'all. This kitchen, like I don't want that many things in life. It's not like I don't want to have a job and I just want to stay at home and just exist and breathe and take up space or anything. It's not like I want to travel the world and go every single place. Like, I could just have this kitchen. If I had this kitchen, I wouldn't need anything else in the world. Like, I could work a 60-hour week, but if I came home to this kitchen, yo, her kitchen had 4 ovens. Kitchen had 4 ovens, right? The countertop space. Like, have y'all ever like, I can't even give you a place because you ain't never even seen a kitchen like this before. Like, I really felt like I was back, like, in school, but pretty. Like, it was like she had all of this countertop space and like it was nothing on the counter. Like, everything was so clean and pristine. And then she had like a closet with like all of her equipment in there, like her mixers and everything like that. It was see-through. So you know what you're getting into before you even open it. You like, oh, KitchenAid mixer, bet. Okay. This is the juicer, bet. Okay. Like, it's like, oh, this is the Vitamix. Okay. Like, she had everything just lined up and everything was like labeled, put in the spot, dusted. Everything is just, and I'm just like, this your kitchen, bro. Like, this is the kitchen that you got. This is the kitchen that you always dreamed of. This kitchen, this is a custom built kitchen, and this house didn't come with this kitchen. I know you put this together. I'm like, cause I ain't never seen a kitchen like this. And then it had like an island, but like the island was so big, bitch, it was a continent. It was a whole, like, bruh, like, it wasn't like no little baby Hawaii. Like, it was just Africa. Like, it was, like, yo, it was big. And then there was like a section in it, so just in case you don't want to walk all the way around, you could just lift it up and you could walk through. Like, yo, I was like, for real? Like, this is not in my dreams. I'm like actually seeing this with my own eyes. Okay, bet. And so I'm just like, all right. I'm like, do you bake? She's just like, yeah, I like to bake in my spare time. Baking is cool. I don't really cook. I'm like, you don't really cook? Your kitchen look like this and you don't really cook? And she was just like, yeah, I just wanted it to be up to standard. I wanted it to be the best, but I'm not really the best cook. Like, she cooks more than me. This is really her kitchen. Like, she's in school for baking and pastry, so she's gonna be doing all of the baking and everything like that, and she likes to cook. And I'm just like, wow. And so I'm just looking at all of the things. I'm like, this countertop is just, and so I'm just wiping. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. And she's like, yeah, and so this is this type of marble. She explained it to me, like, what each thing is, like, how much the things were, like, how much time it took for things to get put in. And I'm just like, like, yo, I'm like so intrigued. I'm like so entertained. I'm just like, wow. And that took how many weeks? And it was how many men that put that in? It's how many pounds? Wow. 10 men had to carry that together. Your door frame is that wide because they needed to be able to get that through? You built this house. Like, so yo, like, I'm really in there. I'm just existing in her world. This is her kitchen. And then, like, it was so big. It was like the kitchen, like, what's, like, you know how, like, little cafeterias would be, like, at school, like, how big they would be? Like, that's how big her kitchen was. Like, this wasn't a room. Like, it might as well had to just, like, whatever your first floor, however big your first floor is, that's how big her kitchen was. Okay, and then it was, like, one big island, but then there was another island that was, like, kind of like regular size, whatever island you would have inside your house. Yeah, she had one of those regular little baby ones, those bitch boy ones for the regular people, and then she had the big boy island. Okay, so I'm just like, bruh, I'm like, this is insane. Okay, and so she had a refrigerator. She had one for each side of the island, because just in case she don't want to walk all the way over there, she got one over here. Okay, and so she was like, yeah, I got this and this, and then she had, like, freezer. So it's like the kitchen kind of mirrored itself, and so it was like she had, like, a deep freezer, a refrigerator, everything matched, everything was the same color, whatever, everything. It was nice. It was nice. I'm still talking about the kitchen. I'm sorry. I was so impressed. I'm like, I'm poor. I was just like, dang, this, when I walked in the kitchen, that's when it really clicked to me. I'm poor. Like, I'm the actual poor. I'm just like, cause how much, I'm like, the amount of money you spent on this island alone, I could pay my rent for, like, 2 years. I'm like, this is crazy that, like, this is just the things that you own. Like, these are your things. These are not borrowed things. These are things that you created with your time, your effort, and your money. How did we get here? So, like, I'm like, this is insane. So I was just like, all right, I'm going to stop gawking over the kitchen. Let's just move to the next thing, because if I keep on talking about this kitchen, y'all gonna be like, get out of here. I was like, okay, so let's go to the other things. Like, the kitchen was amazing. We move on. She's just like, oh, this is the reading room. I'm like, you have a reading room? She said, I have a reading room. And I'm like, okay. And she's like, yeah, so the reading room leads into the painting room. I said, oh, so you have a separate room for painting? She's like, yeah, I have a separate room for painting. Because, like, she'll like to read, and she read in her room, and then I'll paint in this room. Like, we want to be close to each other. We want to be able to see each other, but we don't actually want to be together all the time. So it's just like, you know, like, and I'm like, I don't know, but makes sense. Okay, cool. And so we go into the painting room, and then she got all of her little paintings that she have up and everything like that. And she's like, yes, I painted this one when she was born, and, like, it just was so much light, and that's why I named her da-da-da, and all this stuff. I'm just like, okay. And so she's like, oh, yeah, let me show you to the guest room or whatever. And then the daughter's just like, she just loves showing her house off. She's so excited. And I'm just like, if my house looked like this, everybody need to see it. Look at my house. Like, look what I did. Look what I did. And so, like, I'm just like, this is insane. And so she takes me to the guest room, and then the girl's just like, you don't have to sleep in there if you want to. You can sleep in my room. Like, my room is huge. And I'm just like, I fucking bet it is. I bet. I'm like, I love this for you. And so she takes me into the little guest room, and it was so nice. And she was like, I try to have neutral colors because I don't know if a boy is going to be in here or a girl's going to be in here, or, you know, whatever. And I'm just like, oh, yeah, you know, whatever. And so she's like, yeah. And so, like, I know, like, some people, like to come over and, like, take pictures and everything like that, and I wanted to seem like, you know, it's an experience for them, and, like, it's, like, tailored to them. So I had, like, more neutral colors and stuff like that in here, and da-da-da. And she was just like, oh, yeah, so let me show you to the bathroom. And then she walks me into the bathroom. And this is like when the ultra poor set into me, because, like, the guest bedroom looked like the master bedroom. Whatever I imagined a master bedroom to look like, that's what her guest room looked like. So I'm just like, you did not save the best for the guest. I know you didn't. So your room must look insane. So when she took me to the bathroom, I was just like, I already know it's gonna be something crazy in here. It's gonna be crazy things in here. We walk in. There's, like, a double sink, like his and her sink inside of there, because she was just like, just in case the guest got a wife, whatever, we want both of them to be able to da-da-da. And then she has a regular toilet. Then she has like the duvet. It does all of that little things. Da da da. Yes, okay. Of course she's gonna have that. Why wouldn't she? She has everything in here. And then she has a shower and a tub. I ain't never been in nobody's house where, you know, the one bathroom had a shower and a tub. So it's like this elaborate ass like shower where it's like water comes from every side and then there's water at the bottom. Like, so you could like turn on a little foot one just for your little feet. Like, it's like a little foot one, like a little foot shower. You can just poop and then the water just come right out of there for you, just your feet alone. Then there's one like at like, I don't know, I'm a little smaller, but it was one like waist length, you know? Depending on how tall you are, it's like thigh. And so it's like one waist length, and then it's like two at the top to come down on you, so it won't have to be directly on you, but it can come from the sides, both sides, and just onto your body. And then that's like on both sides of the shower. And then there's a spot where you could just sit down. There's also a spot where you can sit your phone. Just in case you wanted to sit your phone down, yeah, you can do that. And so there's a spot where you can sit your phone. There's also a spot where you can put your laptop, just in case you want to take your laptop into the shower. I don't know. Maybe you want to do that. Maybe you had a long day and you want to steam yourself out. The shower can turn into a sauna. Okay? Do you feel poor? Do you feel, I hope you feel poor. I hope you feel as poor as I do. Because I'm just like, a sauna? She's like, yeah, and so the temperatures is right. And I said, for the guest room is what you're saying. This isn't your room, this is the guest room. So the guest room has a sauna just in case you wanted to. Oh, okay, bad. No, that's nice. It's very nice. I'm like, yeah. I'm definitely poor, super poor. Beyond poor, above poor, below poor, whatever the poor is, that's what I am. Because what do you mean you have a sauna in your guest room? What are you talking about? And she's like, yeah, and so I had to have that set up, but it couldn't be like with the whole tub thing, so da. Like, and so it's not like, I think she said like it's not an official sauna or whatever, but nigga, it's a sauna. like who are you fooling? And so yeah, and then it was like rules or whatever, and like whatever on the wall, so you know how to do things and da. And then next to that was the tub, and this tub was like so beautiful. Like, I don't know how you have a beautiful tub. Like, this is the reason why I'm just saying like we're poor. like I'm sucking y'all in with me because I know your bathroom is not like that. like we are poor, and so like. Her shower was so nice, and then her tub was just so nice, and then they had like the adjustable things. It would literally tell you the temperature of the water. Who tub tell you the temperature? How? Like, she made that up. Like, she literally, I ain't never seen no tub that told me the temperature of my water. What do you mean? I'm just like, bro, like, you just doing stuff at this point. You just got money to spare, and you like, I don't even know what to do with it. Let me see what the temperature of my water is. What are you saying? It's hot and cold. That's it. It's just hot and cold. That's it. H&C. That's it. Not at her house though. Not in her guest bathroom. And I was just like, this is the room that is meant for me. And she's like, yeah, but like if you don't like this one, I have another guest room. And I'm just like, I'm like, yo, no, like it's cool. I love it here, like it's fine. Like, of course I can stay in this guest room, like if that's what y'all want for real. If y'all just want me to be treated like a princess and a queen and all of these other things, like I can do that for y'all. Like if that's what's gonna make y'all happy, like of course, like it's y'all house for real. Like I'm gonna just do whatever it is that y'all said. Like, I'm about to have a blast. And so after that, like the daughter was just like, okay. Like the house tour has gone on. We've been doing a house tour for an hour. I was like, y'all have an hour worth of tour. Like this motherfucker is big. Like I don't know what's going on in here. I don't know why you need this much space. It's 2 of y'all. It's 3 of y'all. It's 3 of y'all. You don't need this much space. So I'm just like, okay, yeah, temperature on the tub, cool. Then, like it was already locked in that I was poor, but this was the icing. It's the icing. And so yeah. I left, you know, and then we went to her bedroom, and I was just like, well, obviously, if they're going that crazy in the guest room, her room already go dumb. And so the mom was just like, yeah, I'm gonna leave y'all to it. Meet me in the living room. We're gonna watch a movie or whatever. Like, if you wanna order food, that's cool. If you wanna cook, like, the fridge, you already know is fully stocked. was just like, all right, mom, thank you, mom. Thank you, mom. Thank you, mom. I'm about to be adopted. This is my house now. Like, we live here together. Like, yes. But like, we go to her room and she like had like this thing like where you would step into her room. Like, it was like a whole different universe. Like, I don't know if it was like you step up or you step down into her room. Maybe you stepped down into her room, and then like her door was like really wide as well. So you step down into her room and it's like the floor is different. Like, the floor is lava, but like the floor in there is like a different type of floor. Like, she was like, this is the best texture for her feet. Babes, what do you mean by that? What do you mean this is the best texture for your feet? I don't get it. But you know, that's because I'm poor. That's because I'm poor, you guys. Like, and so I was just like, oh, the best texture for your feet. I put my little feet out. I said, oh. Okay, you were spitting. Okay, you were spitting. Because like, what is this texture on my feet? Like, what is this called? What is this flooring? Like, bruh, it was insane. Like, she had like a California king size bed or something like that. Like, the walls were like her specific shade of like pink that she likes or whatever. I'd never even seen that color pink before. Like, she made that up. Everything in this house was made up. And like, her bathroom, like, why did she have so many sinks? Everything was made up. And like, she had like this little special thing like with her toilet or whatever. Everything was made up. And everything was so clean and pristine. I was just like, I'm happy for you. I'm so happy that your mother did whatever she had to do to get this money. I don't know what she did to get this money, but y'all living, and I'm excited for you. I'm so happy for you. So she's like, yeah, so like, obviously you see why I love to be here. I'm just like, yo, I thought your father's house was great. Like, your father's house is cool. But like, no way I would be living with him when she living like this. I'm like, you happy? Like, do you love it here? Like, is she compensating for something else, or she's just like the best mom ever and she just has a lot of money? And like, you know, yeah. She was like, second thing. She definitely is the best mom ever. She just has money, and yeah. And I was like, perfect. I love that. Like, I love when the people that are rich are sweet. Love that. Like, so, okay, cool. And she's like, yeah. She's like, she doesn't really have that many hobbies that like are expensive. So she put a lot of money into the house because she's just like, I'm going to always be here. She doesn't really like catching planes and stuff like that. So da-da-da-da. And I'm like, I get it. Your house is your sanctuary. I love that. I'm like, yes. And so I'm just there the whole night like, I'm just so excited. I'm just happy to be here. Thank y'all for having me. Like, the whole day. I'm just like, bro, I just went on a rant for 27 minutes. Yes. The poor. And so, like, she was like, yeah, you can come whenever you want. Like, you can spend the night whenever you want. Like, I don't care. Like, my mom will literally let you move in. She would not care. Like, she just loved having people in the house. She just loved how happy everybody be when they here. Like, you know, everybody always have a great time. Like, we host things here, obviously, because everybody want to host their stuff here. Like, our family members like be like, oh, let me get married here. All this other good stuff. Like, you know, this is just a great house. Like, we love it here. And I'm just like, that's beautiful. Like, I didn't have anything bad to say. I just was like, great. So beautiful. You guys are great. Thank you for having me. Like, I just loved all my time here. And so like, when I got in the bed, oh yeah, my bad. More poorness. The sheets, bro, I don't know what these sheets were made out of. Like, I don't know what the sheets were made out of, but you know, the sheets were great. I don't use pillows, but the pillows were very soft. And like, it was just very nice. The comforter was comforting. Like, everything was great. She was great. Her mom was great. Poor. like that's weird. And I was just like, you know what? I never even knew that like some of the things that's in your house was even a possible thing. So that's how I just knew that I was poor. Like, I see mansions and everything online and everything. That wasn't their house. Their house was the true amount of like richness. Like, I know everybody be having those high ceilings and everything like that. They did too, but that's not what made them the rich. It was that kitchen. Like, everybody, oh, my kitchen's so great. Nah, you ain't seen that kitchen. And I wish I should have took a video. If you would see their kitchen, you would be like, I gotta work harder. I gotta do better. I gotta be smarter. Like, like, I don't know how a kitchen can make you want to go to the gym. I felt like I needed to get in the studio. Like, I needed to go to the lab. Like really, like how do somebody kitchen make you want to go to the gym? I don't know, but I just felt like I needed to do better. I just like, I gotta do better. And I'm glad that I came here and you pushed me to do more. Cause you know what? I am gonna do the more that I wanted to do. Like I have to accomplish more things. I'm not trying to get their kitchen in particular. I feel like it was a little bit too big for me. But the fact that it was so insane and like the whole house was just crazy. I just was like, I never even knew these types of things even existed. And like you have multiple things that I didn't even know existed in your house. Like you made it. Like you made it. And I just love that for you. But like that was when I realized that like I am a part of the poor. Like I would have never even experienced those type of things if I didn't smile at this girl too hard one time. Like so like my life really changed just from smiling at motherfuckers, okay? And so now I just know I identify with my people, the poor. and that's what we be. Like, you know, I always thought like my old house was like a cool house. Like I thought my apartment was cool. It was still part of the poor. And I love my side. Their side cool too though. Their side cool too. So that's literally all I wanted to say. I just wanted y'all to like come on this journey with me to experience it. And so y'all know that you part of the poor too. Like, I just wanted y'all to experience it with me for real because it brought joy to my heart and it just made me want to work a little harder. Like, you know, I'm not trying to get what they got. It was a little bit too much for me. I don't like that much space because I feel like Freddie or Jason gonna come in my house and get me. But yeah, it was nice. And love her. Trash her. I'm glad I got to experience that. That was cool. I think I went to her house like 2 more times after that. And yeah, like once I graduated, I kind of like lost touch with her because she was a little younger than me. So I kind of wasn't going through the same things in life. That she was at the start of her journey for college and I was like at the end of mine. And yeah, you know, age differences always make rifts because we in different stages of our lives. So yeah, she's still cool. I could probably hit her up today and we could go out because that's how cool she is. She just a doll. And I fuck with her. Shout out to her. But yeah. Moral of the story is it's always gonna be somebody that got more than you. That's not the moral of the story. Moral of the story is be kind and you'll get to experience things that you would have never thought you experienced. That's it. Be kind to people and then you'll find out more about the world. You'll see more things. You'll experience more things because motherfuckers will fuck with you. And if they fuck with you, they gonna want you to be there with them. And then maybe you'll see something that you want to strive for in the future. Maybe it'll motivate you to get in the lab. maybe it put a fire under you a little bit or something. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But yeah, that's the moral of the story. And I appreciate y'all for being here with me, of course. And for Storytime Tish and Lizzie is over. Peace and love.